Inspiration. Inspiration is one of my favorite words. Inspiration. In spirit. Inspiration is contagious. I've been inspired and I'm here now sharing this with you, but I've been noticing men around me lighting up, taking action, reclaiming their life, and in their own inspiration, in their own spirit, bringing that to me. And it's this reinforcing effect. We're building the fire. It's time for us to build the fire of inspiration inside of ourselves, also within the hearts of those around us. This inspiration is what we need. We need each other as tribal beings. The lone wolf starves to death. The lone wolf does not make it through the winter. Where on earth did we get that idea from? I'm a self-made man. You're not a self-made man. You came out your mother's womb, mate. There's no self-made about you. Nothing self-made. That idea of self-made. There's no self-made. We need mentors. We need friends. We need tribe. We need community. This is how we thrive. Yes, there's always the exception to the rule. There's always that one guy that just takes himself off into the wilderness, grows a nice long bushy beard and cuddles into it at night. That's fair game if that's his calling in life. But for the majority of us, we are not that man. And being a lone wolf is not how you thrive in the world. If you look at all of the successful businesses, Google for example, YouTube, Twitter, all of these big corporations, it's not one self-made man doing all of that. You've got a whole army and legion of people of all different levels within the hierarchy working toward the same common goal. It's an amazing thing. And the analogy I always come back to, it's like building a fire. You want to build a blazing furnace that can be seen for miles off, whose smoke carries for miles and miles away. Yes, you could build that yourself over the course of 6 months or a year, collecting old pieces of wood yourself. Or you can shout out the message, bring the people together, and 100 people could build a bonfire within about an hour. We need to start thinking and remembering how powerful we are together. We've all came through the lockdown. The lockdown has psychologically isolated us, separated us. As if we weren't already separated and isolated. To make matters worse, that came in. Now, this was a study-ish type thing I heard. They took these fruit flies and they put them in a jar. They put the lid on the jar, and the fruit flies, of course, they kept hitting their head off the top. After a matter of time, whether it was hours or a few days, however long it was, they lifted the lid off and the fruit flies stayed in the jar because the fruit flies had somehow concluded, yeah, there's a lid here. We can't get out. Psychologically, that lid was still inside them and on them. We need to consider that in ourselves. What have we agreed to? What circumstance has shaped our beliefs? And are we still carrying those beliefs with us? Because lockdown seriously did a number on us. Lockdown has made people mistrust one another, afraid of infection, divided on certain positions, political stances, mistrusting of the world, mistrusting of life, mistrusting of their own immune system. It's a shambles. And there's still people who have not recovered from that. As a phobia therapist, I know this because my phone was off the hook during and after that time. People riddled with fear and anxiety, health anxiety, the lot. Question the beliefs, question the narratives, reclaim your mind. We've also been indoctrinated to seek for answers, to ask the teacher, not to think for ourselves, but to ask a member of authority for approval. Can I go to the toilet? Is this correct? Am I doing it right? What do you want me to do? We have become order followers. The average person follows orders, is not capable of self-leadership or self-governance. We must reclaim this, my man. Become self-governing over your mind. Reclaim this. Establish the alignment, straighten the spine, draw the line on vice, and lift your head to the new horizon.